Hey guys, the summer is here, and for the month of May, Verve, the sponsors of my super reviews, are offering a free 30-day trial of Verve. And it's not just Crunchyroll, you also get Funimation with that, where you can watch not only Dragon Ball Super, you can watch Attack on Titan Season 2, My Hero Academia Season 2, subbed and dubbed, whichever one you want, with Crunchyroll and Funimation, plus Cartoon Hangover's Bravest Warriors, Rooster Teeth content, and you can watch it on any device, desktop, mobile, Roku, PlayStation, Xbox, your choice. Sign up now, vrv.co/geekdom. The link is down below. Let's talk about episode 91. Kachi no koru no wa dono uchu? Sudo saikyo no senshitachi, which translates to, which universe will prevail? The mightiest warriors assemble. We are inching closer and closer to the Tournament of Power, and it looks like we're just a few hours away from the beginning of it, but this episode may provide some problems for Team Universe 7. Now, even though last week's episode was really, manly and just in your face, just total badass, this week's episode was not quite like that, but I really enjoyed this week's episode. This week's episode is like an example of how to do a good Dragon Ball episode without relying on just action, and relying solely on world building and also creative direction. Here's the thing about this episode, guys. This was a very different episode from any episode of Dragon Ball we've ever had. I'm talking about not just Super, I'm talking about Dragon Ball, Z, and GT, in that the episode was directed very different. It had this anthology film feel to it, where you had like a wraparound story with the Omni Kings and the Grand Priest, and then you had little mini stories in between it. It was very, very unique, very different. If you're out there and you've seen movies like Creepshow and VHS, if you've seen these things, you're familiar with what I'm talking about. And if you've seen this episode, you're going to know pretty quickly. So we begin in the realm of the Omni Kings. And both Zenos are there, and they're playing this weird rock, paper, scissors game where they have a hammer and a hard hat. And the Grand Priest appears, and this pretty much begins the wraparound story. The episode has the Grand Priest opening up his palms and showing this kind of green crystal ball kind of ability to show the two Zenos what is going on in the different universes, and then the show will cut to each respective universe. I really like this. This is something very unique and different, and it made the episode enjoyable, and it prevented it from being boring because you kept going to different places and seeing different things that I found interesting. So we see this gathering of Team Universe 7 over at, the Capsule Corporation. Supreme Kai is there, Beerus, Wiese. Everyone's pretty much there, but Vegeta's not there. And we find out that Vegeta is in the Room of Spirit and Time, otherwise known as the Hyperbolic Time Chamber in the dub. They talk about how the previous one was destroyed, but it was repaired. Mr. Popo does not want Vegeta destroyed again. If you remember, during the Future Trunks arc, Vegeta went in there and then he came out of it and just destroyed it. So they have rebuilt it. They've reestablished a connection between the dimensions. Vegeta's going in there to train. And Whis uses his staff to kind of show Goku what's up with Vegeta. So the very interesting, thing right here. So the old Kai wants to unlock everybody's power. Okay, we talked about this. I did a video last week called, the Mystic Goku Theory, which is what would happen if the Elder Kai used his mysterious dance to unlock mystic power in Goku or anybody else. Well, he actually suggests it, but Goku says there's not enough time. And he's right. It takes several hours for that technique to work, and there's just not enough time for him to do that, unless maybe they go in the Room of Spirit and Time, but Vegeta's already in there. So, again, it's one of those things where that would be cool. Maybe we'll see it later on. Who knows? The camera then, of course, zooms out of that Shinkan's palms, and we go to Universe 9, where we see the Dangerous Trio in action, and they're dealing with this band of these terrorist pirates. I mean, they're not really in action, but they're watching these terrorist pirates run amok here. We see Basil, Lavender, and Bergamo there. Haven't seen them in a while. And they're with the God of Destruction of Universe 9, Sidra, who doesn't have any time for this BS, and he Hakkais the freaking terrorist pirates. He literally wipes them away. So those of you out there who are wondering if the Hakkai technique is a Beerus exclusive, the answer is no. Sidra, and I presume all the other Gods of Destruction have the Hakkai technique. Bro, this was awesome. I love seeing that move again. I've actually got a video dropping about that move probably very, very soon. But it's great. It's great. So we find out that Universe 9 has not gotten more fighters outside of the original 3, wolves or whatever, the dangerous trio. This was interesting to me because now I'm starting to really wonder, like, as I watch this, I'm really wondering if when the tournament begins, if these universes are going to have full teams. Like, I wonder if they're going to go in there, some of these universes, and have like 5 guys, 6 guys, 7 guys, and not the full 10. I keep wondering if they're doing that because it's 0 hour now and they haven't gotten anybody else to help them. Are they all going to be jabronis? I'm curious. We'll see what happens. So we go to Universe 6 and we see that really awesome dark Blade Runner Gotham City looking city. Amazing visuals here. Jeez, I love this episode. I love world building episodes like this. We see Frost hiding out in an alley, apparently escaping the cops, and Hit appears. This was the most alpha thing in this episode, man. This was so awesome. So Hit is there, and they have a little scuffle, and Hit's like telling him, like, yo, I'm not here to hurt you, whatever. And Frost pretends to, like, be humble, and then he attacks him. And Hit, of course, he can't do anything against Hit, but Hit does make a point that he's like, oh, you've improved. So Frost has gotten stronger. He tells Frost about the tournament. He says that he's needed for the tournament by Champa. And then Frost says the most alpha thing, bro. This is one of the most rawest, savagest lines I've ever heard. He tells him, he goes, come with me, and if you refuse, I'll kill you on the spot. Now, Herms translated this as I'll kill you. No, I think, yeah. Herm said, I'll kill you in the spot. My other translator said, I'll kill you where you stand. It doesn't matter. Either way, he's like, come with me or I'm going to kill you. Of course, Frost comes with him. So this was awesome. Just awesome, awesome stuff. And then, of course, he tells Frost, don't cheat, because if you cheat, you'll get eliminated and we'll all be screwed. So don't bring the poison needle. So then we have this really awesome, funny scene here with Yamcha and Puar, and Roshi's knocking on the window because Yamcha's thinking, okay, finally Roshi's here. He's going to invite me to the tournament. I get to be on Team Universe 7. But Roshi's like, no, can you have Puar transform into a pretty girl? And the whole thing is this weird kind of, I guess you can say, gag where Roshi wants to conquer his one weakness, which is his pervertedness. And Yamcha's like, oh, I don't think that's ever going to happen. And then he asks Oolong, hey, I'm going to be on Universe 7's team, right? And then Oolong's like, yeah, you will. Like, awesome. Just really good stuff here because the reason why this was great is because all the characters are in character and are captured perfectly. Yamcha so desperately wants to be a hero again, and he he has no idea what's in store for him. But remember, if you read the Yamcha manga, which I did do a review on by Dragon Garo Lee, Yamcha is the hero. So check that out if you have not checked it out. I'll leave a link to that at the end of this video. So we have another awesome scene. This whole episode was just awesome scene after awesome scene after awesome scene in different places. Goku's training with Whis in the gravity room. And by the way, if you're keeping track at home, Goku is still no match for Whis. I know some people were saying that he got stronger. Maybe he can rival Whis or Beerus. No. Whis pretty much owns him here again. And I love this scene because Whis comes up behind Goku and puts him in, I guess, a similar move to Topo, like that reverse bear hug. And Goku bites Whis in the hand, and Whis doesn't. They have this scene where you see Whis looking at his hand with the bite mark, and he's like, damn it. I loved it. We then go to Universe 11, and we see Topo and Dispo. Dispo is, of course, the bunny-looking Beerus guy, right? And he contacts Casserole, but Casserole's busy. And by the way, Casserole's like the military-looking guy, the Guile Rolento-looking guy. He's busy. He's trying to get a cat down from the top of this alley. So they're doing that classic fireman trying to get a cat out of a tree gimmick. Again, really good stuff, and they're showing us that the Pride Troopers don't just fight, evil monsters and gangsters. They also do things for the community. I love it. God, I love this episode. So we go back to the Daishinkan, and then we go to this mysterious girl with green hair. Now, we were talking about this last week in my preview about who this mysterious girl is. She shows up to what appears to be a tournament, and then there's these 2 other ladies who are making fun of her, saying, oh, this is not an audition to be a model. So she transforms into the freaking Teletubby from the intro. You know who I'm talking about, the big one that's fighting Vegeta. And it's literally a parody of Sailor Moon, guys. I had a smile from ear to ear watching this. They are literally, her transformation is a literal parody of shoujo, of the Pretty Soldier franchise, except that in her final form, she becomes this big fat Teletubby. This is freaking amazing, dude. Bro, she did the transformation. We see the flower petals and the silk robes and all that. Like, you know, you've seen Sailor Moon, right? And then she looks like this big fat thing. Bro, this is the kind of Dragon Ball humor, the sarcastic tongue-in-cheek shit that I absolutely freaking love. I love this show so much. Then we go to Universe 10, and the team of Universe 10's literally sitting there rehearsing a dance. So it's being telegraphed even more that these freaking guys are fodder. They're not going to do anything in this tournament. Goku and Wiese go back to the team, you know, at the Capsule Corp. Goku talks about his workout being a good one. We see these really cool shots of Tenshinhan and Piccolo outside. Gohan and Kaioshin discuss strategy about what they're going to do when they get in there. Then we go to Bulma with the baby, and she gets a call from Mr. Satan, who's looking for Goku. Bulma bursts into the room, and she says, Majin Buu is asleep, and he's not waking up for 2 months. Beerus is not happy about this. Goku decides, you know what, let's see what I can do. And he flies off to go try to wake Buu up. And that is our cliffhanger for this week. So, I know some of you guys are wondering what's up with Buu being asleep. Again, I'm going to wait till next week before I pass judgment on it, because Goku may actually try to do something to wake him up. I'm thinking maybe putting him in the Room of Spirit and Time might speed the process along, but is it going to be enough for the tournament? I don't really know, but we'll find out next week. If not, then there are a lot of unanswered questions and a possible plot hole here, which I might get to in a separate video, but pretty much what we know now is that Buu is not waking up for 2 months. Very different structure with this week's Dragon Ball Super. They showed us different universes. I am, of course, wondering if all the universes will have different teams or full teams. Let me know in the comments what you think. I enjoyed this episode so very much. I've been waiting for this kind of stuff forever. I love this kind of stuff because it's such amazing world building. We're seeing new characters. We're seeing, you know, a little bit more of the characters we've already been introduced to. And I want more. And I wish that we had a few more episodes just like this to kind of expound upon the story and not just focus on Goku and the gang. Because I think it's very refreshing to see it. Next week, we're going to see more of the other universes. So this ain't going to be the only one, including Caulifla ascending. It's in the preview. I'm talking about it in detail tomorrow. I just cannot wait to see what's going to happen next week with Caulifla, Kaba, and Kale and their training on Universe 6. I can't wait. I love this episode, guys. It was so much fun to watch. I love the world building. I hope we get more of it. I think we will. What did you think? Don't forget, if you want to support Geekdom 101 as well as the official release of Super, Verve has both Crunchyroll and Funimation. Remember that. You're getting subs and dubs. Doesn't matter what version you like to watch of anime. It's on there as well as tons of other content. Get it for 30 days free, courtesy of your boy Geekdom 101. And thank you as always for your support, guys. I'll be back tomorrow with my preview. So much to talk about. Such an exciting time. Thank you, and I'll talk to you down the road.